Call Corey for your free estimate today.
Hear the word menopause and probably a few things come to your mind. Hot flashes, irritability, weight gain. The truth is menopause is so much more than that. Lauren Barlew has Lotus Center for Women and she joins us this morning. Good to see you.
Yeah,
Are those kind of the top three that people think about, but they're not always the top three in your life?
Yeah, I think unfortunately hot flashes get get the most press and get the most attention. But really, I would say in my setting, I see a lot of depression and anxiety, that kind of thing, that really has a negative impact on personal life, but also work life, all kinds of aspects.
So actually, you and I have had conversations, sometimes even off camera when you've been here, and there are health issues that are sometimes overlooked because people might not think about them being the result of menopause, but they can be.
Right, absolutely. So something simple like osteoporosis, osteopenia. We know that right after menopause, we have a tremendous loss of bone strength afterwards, and so if we're not staying on top of that, then that can really cause a lot of problems.
So always, there's a topic that's always been necessary to talk about, but doesn't always get the focus. It seems like this is now getting a lot of national focus.
Yes.
So there's actually a movie, a documentary coming out, and you're getting an early screening of it?
Yeah, so it's called The M Factor. All the big players in the menopause world, OBGYNs, urologists, and several others have come together and made a full feature documentary about menopause, but really about how women have been, in my opinion, pretty much ignored in this time of life, and really putting light on the fact that there's a lot more to women's health than reproductive years. We live a lot of life past that.
So there's a watch party that you're actually like an early screening almost at GPS. The people are invited to come and see?
Yeah, it's open to the public. It's October 23rd. In the evening, we'll have food and drink, and then also just the special screening of the documentary. And then afterwards, we have a panel of experts in the field for open discussion.
And you're doing it at the Evans Center, right? At GPS,
that's right.
Which is kind of more like a little intimate theater and around kind of a space. So you won't feel like you're in this sprawling area. And you've hand selected the panel.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a panel of one of the ladies that's joining us is a pelvic floor physical therapist to address issues regarding that post-menopause. And then we also have a nutritionist who specializes in perimenopause and menopausal nutrition, and a physical trainer. So, we know that the weight gain and the body composition is a huge frustration.
And is it like a 10 to 15 year spread, Lauren, of when women begin to go through this? I mean, some women experience it even in their late 30s, early 40s.
Right. So average age of menopause is 51, and we know that perimenopause is 5 to 7, maybe 10 years before that. So really, the vast majority of my patients are in their 40s to 50s, and to your point, there are some that go through earlier.
You mentioned that women, in your view, are not really players in the conversation as much as they should be. If you got a room full of girls, I'll say girls, together, 15, 25, 35, all the way stair-stack them up to 95. Suppose you could do that. They, the younger ones wouldn't have experienced it yet, but to watch generationally how life has improved for the access women have, it would be pretty telling. For the 15-year-old to know what their grandmother maybe had to deal with would be pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, I think the more that we can educate not only the younger generations, but the ones that are really going through it now is very helpful.
Does it tend to be like a genetic thing? If you're like what your mom experienced, are you probably going to have the same experience?
Yeah, there do seem to be some correlation there, particularly about the age that a woman will go through this transition, or the severity of symptoms that she may be having. But I will say, I often ask patients about their mom's experience, and they will tell me that they don't remember. And I find it really interesting, and I think that a lot of that is because there wasn't a lot of talk about it. So if their moms weren't expressing the concerns that they were having, or really being upfront with those, then my patients today have no idea what their mother's experienced.
There was a time too where women just wouldn't talk about it. So okay, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room for just a minute.
Yeah.
So as Lauren and I talk, there's actually a group of young people in the studio this morning. They're here from Ringgold High School taking a tour, and I wanted to bring that up because it even still today can feel sometimes like a little bit of an awkward conversation. You tap dance around some things, but then if you're doing that as a woman to your daughter, you're setting her up for failure because she doesn't know what to experience or what to expect.
Yeah, and then when she does go through things, then she's again like embarrassed or feels awkward about it. So yeah, I think the more we can talk about it, the better.
When people come to watch the M Factor, are they going to be allowed to ask questions of this panel, or will the panel just present?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be open to questions. I'm expecting a lot of great conversation and discussion, and also the point is also to bring community around this. So you said it's a small intimate setting. It is, but we can seat 200 people in there. So so just having community around the conversation so that people feel not isolated and alone.
Do you want it to be more of a girls' night, or can you bring your husband?
I think that this is going to turn out to be more of a girls' night.
Good.
We are working towards something that we can incorporate the men, because they definitely need to know this stuff as well.
Yeah, but I think that's fair, because you want to have honesty in the room and no uncomfortable situations. So in the meantime, when is it again?
October 23rd.
All right, that's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in touch with Lauren, whatever you're experiencing, she is there to kind of guide you through. Your hormones play so much more in your life than you probably even realize.
Right.
And you ought to be able to live your life to the fullest.
Absolutely.
So don't hesitate to get in touch with her. Is that how you sign up though for the screening?
Yes, through that goes through our Eventbrite.
Okay, so tinyurl.com, and then it's chat M Factor. You can also get in touch with Lauren at Lotus Center for Women, and there is that information as well. Will you have a link to this on your page?
Yes, there's a link to it on our our social media sites and then our website.
Okay, great talking to you.
You too, thank you.
A simple step can lead to unexpected consequences. Navigating the aftermath of a slip or fall isn't straightforward. If you've been injured on someone else's property, contact Watermark Keith. It's more to us. It's personal.
At Local 3 News, our goal